Alright, we're here, we're hot and we're ready.
Hey, welcome to Breakroom Bullshit. I am,
You're such a tool.
I am, Gable, and this is my trusty sidekick, Dave.
I'm the sidekick, you're the main event.
Yeah,
You're the Shawn Michaels and I'm the Kevin Nash bodyguard.
Dave literally does every fucking thing for this show.
I'm Diesel and you're Shawn.
I just struggle to keep up with him.
You're Chris Jericho and I'm, Ralph. Ralphus.
You're Chris Jericho and I'm, Vince McMahon.
Oh, that sucks. I want to be Vince McMahon. Chris Jericho's cool too, though. Get your fucking hands off me. Right. Fuck off. Wasn't that great?
Dude, that was a good fucking promo. Someone was pointing out how, like 2 nights before, he was cutting, like, a comedy skit on fucking, what was it, that Greatest Royal Rumble?
Yeah, the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Greatest, how close?
Okay, this is what you did. You did this, and then you did this. It makes a difference, Gable.
Yeah, but my back starts to fucking hurt at some point.
Well, then stay leaned back, but move closer. You see? There, you did it!
There's like some math that went into that. You made it work.
There's a lot of math.
Well, anyway, he was cutting a fucking comedy skit on Greatest Royal Rumble like 2 nights before, and then he's cutting like a really intense, like pissed off skit 2 nights later. Yeah. Dude's got depth.
Back in the 2000s, the late 2000s, his character was just like a serious like heel, like completely serious, not funny at all. Mm-hmm. So he's done stuff like that before. That's my maid. So that
she hasn't made an appearance for a while.
That stuff smells like cat urine. You ever notice that?
I never. This is the first time I tried this one.
Does it smell like cat urine to you?
I don't know. It just tastes like orange. Like it tastes like orange juice with fucking like soda in it.
The smell's not as bad when it's like, right up in your nose. Whenever you're just like, oh, there's some cat urine around me. Someone's marking their territory.
Are you sure? It's just okay.
So it's cat urine.
Are you sure it's just not your living room here?
Fuck you. My living room's clean. This is dirty. So make sure you guys go to our YouTube page and subscribe to us and stuff.
Yeah.
What is it?
Breakroom BS.
Yeah, it is, dude.
Yeah.
And then go to our Instagram and our SoundCloud and our Twitter and our Facebook and our Twitch and our Tinder.
We have a Twitch.
And our
look at all this shit you do when I'm not paying attention.
And our MySpace and our AOL online accounts.
Our Friendster account.
Go to our Friendster so we can fuck.
Wait, is our pager number up there somewhere so that we can get paged?
It's 5555555 is our pager number, in case you're wondering. So you know what we're gonna start off with? We're gonna start off with a nice Backlash review. You're like, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't. It's not a good. I mean, it's not a nice one.
What's that?
It's not a nice one, dude. I think I told you I have fucking not that many notes, and it's not for lack of fucking trying.
Yeah.
What okay, you have a card there in front of you?
No. Oh, I didn't bring our prediction things.
Oh, well.
Wait, no, maybe they're in here, actually. What is it? I hurt my neck in the war. Can you hand me that? Oh, there we go. Alright, here, what? Yes!
You thought you left them at work.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, this is confusing. So,
kayfabe, you gotta stay kayfabe, baby.
Kayfabe. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to go over the matches in the order I have notes for, because otherwise I'm gonna get confused. That's how we're gonna do it.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Why wouldn't you have them in the order that they happen, though?
Dude, my toaster just went off. I'm not even kidding.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, so the first match I have on here is The Miz and Seth Rollins, which I did think was a good match. However, I did put it was dumb and predictable because Miz had zero chance of winning.
Yeah, you really talked me out of that match before I even started watching it, just because you're 100% correct. If you're having a title match and the guys aren't even on the same fucking show, the odds of the other guy winning are very fucking...
Exactly.
I mean, the only chance of them winning is if WWE tries to swerve us, and it's I don't know, the only time they ever try to swerve us is if fucking Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are involved.
Yeah. Did I tell you? Did I tell you I told you my idea, right, for how it would be cool if they did Money in the Bank? Did I tell you this?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You told me. Let's talk about it here.
This won't happen because I think I even just read that Lesnar is not going to be at Money in the Bank, but because on Raw, Braun Strowman qualified for the match. So what would be really cool is if The main event is Reigns and Lesnar. Everyone listening who's no one is like, how the fuck could that be cool?
Listen, hear us out here.
Because, that's not cool. so it's Lesnar and Reigns is the main event. The match right before the main event is the Money in the Bank men's match. So the Money in the Bank men's match ends with Strowman winning, holding the briefcase in the middle of the ring, asking for a mic, cuts a promo. He says, I'm cashing it in right now. Start the next match. Like, all pissed off Strowman like. Yeah. So then he just gives him the briefcase. They start the next match. It's a triple threat. Strowman wins and just wins the title right there. Because then that makes him look like a fucking badass because he just cashed in and as soon as he did it and he won, he's a champion.
And writing-wise, it would make fucking sense because they just put him over winning the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Exactly. Yep. You're smart, Gable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have no other... here we go.
I'm trying.
I have a note. WWE is so bad, especially the fans, burn it down. Did you see where every time he would do the kick, they're like, burn it down. Burn it down. I was like, this is gay. It was so stupid.
Didn't you tell me that was from...
the video game?
Because those of you who are new, I'm not a long-time watcher, and Dave is.
Yeah, I am.
You said it's from the commercial for the video game.
Yeah, but the fans were chanting it every time he would stomp his feet in the match.
Yeah.
It was really annoying. And here's the question I have. Why did we just see 2 finisher kickouts in the first match? The first match, he kicked out of 2 finishing moves. I'm like, dude, the show just fucking started. Where do you go from here? This is how you in the show with 7 kickouts of an F5 because you had 2 kickouts in the first match. It's stupid. So we were both right on that one. We both picked Seth Rollins. You have any other notes for that match? What comments do you have for Bliss?
I've been thinking about the whole kicking out a finishing move thing. Okay. And I really don't think that if the finishing move works the first time, I don't think they should finish the match by doing the same finishing move.
Yeah, but I agree with you, but the thing is, it should work. It's a finishing move.
No, I agree. That one time that he kicks out of the finishing move, that should be that should be rare. Those incidents should be very far few and in between.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, it's in the name of it. Finishing move.
Finishing move. The game's over.
It's in the name.
And then every once in a while, you can swerve us by having them kick out of one. But if you're kicking out of 2 finishing moves in one fucking match, it's just a little too much for me to bear.
You're kicking out of 2 finishers in the opening of Backlash. What does this mean?
How can you tell? Once again, new fan here. Short time watcher. Dave's a long time watcher.
Long time listener.
Yeah, whatever. However that goes. How can one is there a way to tell the difference between a finishing move and a signature move, or do you just kind of just pick up on it the more you watch?
Normally, the finishing move is the one they do and they win the match with.
Okay.
Normally, when Seth Rollins does a curb stomp, he pins him and he wins.
Okay.
That's his finishing move. He does the springboard knee to the head he does all the time. He does the suplex off the top and picks him up and does the Falcon Arrow. He does the dive through the ropes. Those are all signature moves because he does them a lot, but he doesn't win matches with them. So the finisher would be the one that he does last and ends the match with. Yeah. This is not a good example of that.
Yeah, I think it would be better writing it in the future instead of it. I mean, if they can backtrack it somehow, that would be great too. If they could change it, I think New Japan does it, or even Ring of Honor does it this way, that they just don't do the fucking finishing move all the way. They get interrupted or something. Yeah. That would make more sense than having it broken out of every time because it takes away from the value of the fucking finishing move.
Whenever I watch Okada and Tanahashi, and I mean, granted, the Rainmaker got reversed 15 times. I'm like, all right, it kept getting reversed.
I don't think I watched that one yet.
Really?
I meant to, but I don't think I ever followed up on it.
Well, I won't finish what I'm going to say then.
No, you can. It's
so
fine.
whenever Okada finally hit the Rainmaker, I was like, he's kicking out. It was over. I'm so conditioned by WWE because this match was built like fucking crazy. They kept talking about it throughout both shows. It's Okada and Tanahashi. And it's this big fucking deal. I'm so conditioned that this is a huge match. There's no way he's gonna pin him with the first finisher, and he did. Which is how it should be.
I did watch this. I remember seeing the Rainmaker now. But you know why I was okay with you spoiling it? Because I fucking can go watch it and it still be a good fucking match.
That's true.
Which is something I haven't experienced yet in the last like couple months of me watching WWE.
Yeah.
If I know the outcome, I just don't like watching it.
Okay, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. What are your comments?
I also wanted to say the fucking Seth Rollins Miz one was my favorite match of the whole fucking thing, and it got a meh out of me.
That's a sign of things to come.
Yes.
It was definitely the best match on the card.
Yeah.
Comments for Nia Jax and Bliss.
No comment.
That's why I totally set you up for that. I have a comment. Alexa Bliss is really fucking hot. Okay, here's a comment. The Nia Jax promo after the match was fucking god awful. Where it was just a PSA for bullying, and they just started talking about their bullying campaign and the websites for bullying. I'm like, this is so stupid.
I'm guessing it's a real thing they're doing.
Yeah, they always have this bully campaign, and they're huge hypocrites because
Brock Lesnar, yeah.
Brock Lesnar's a bully. Dude, JBL, you know JBL, right? Remember JBL?
The cowboy guy.
Yeah. He was their world champ forever. I was just listening, this is a side note. So I was listening to a Blue Meanie shoot interview. And years ago, during this one pay-per-view, this is kind of a famous thing that happened. There was a standoff between ECW guys and WWE guys, and fucking JBL just shot on Meanie and beat the fuck out of him for real. And people were like, what the fuck? He just beat the shit out of him. He fucking bloodied him for real. Mm-hmm. Just beat his ass.
Wait, what's his name?
Blue Meanie. JBL beat him up.
Okay.
So I'm listening to Blue Meanie's shoot interview, and he's like, yeah, I don't know why he hated me. He's like, the only thing I can figure is that one time, whenever I got my plane tickets, I had a first class seat because they booked them last minute, and I was a new guy, and because I didn't give up my seat to like a veteran, I just had heat. This is a true thing. You know what makes it even worse? When he got to the show, the people in the office said like, dude, why did you do that? And the office people were like, just make sure you don't do that again. If something like that happens, you got to give up your seat to a veteran. How childish is that shit?
It's really
It's
dumb.
retarded. So, yeah, he's like, I don't know why he hated me so much.
Dude, it's like a fucking fraternity.
It is.
It's so dumb.
I know. And that's what, in regards to bullying, JBL just beat the fucking shit out of him for real because of something so stupid. I'm like, whatever. But anyway.
Wait, how's JBL feel about it now? Does he think it's stupid, or does he still stand by his actions?
Well, years later, like him and Meanie talking, I guess he like apologized for it. I'm like, that's great. But dude, he was known for just being a bully backstage and like being mean to people. Like new people, he would just like, not like he did to Meanie, but still be really fucking like stiff in the ring and like hurt him. I think he broke Mick Foley's jaw when Mick Foley first debuted up there a long time ago, something like that. But anyway, back to this show. That promo was stupid. Okay, why are we watching them talk about Reigns and Lesnar? They talked about Reigns and Lesnar during this Backlash pay-per-view.
Was that what that cutaway was with fucking? It was just them at a table talking.
Yeah, I think so.
I may skip through some of it.
I just have a note because I remember at some point they're talking about Reigns and Lesnar, and it made no sense why they were talking about it. I was like, they're not even wrestling on this show. Lesnar's on the show. What are you doing? It was dumb. Hardy Orton. How'd you feel about the Hardy Orton match? I thought it was lame, and I thought no one cared, which is why the crowd was chanting Rusev Day.
I may have meant to put no comment for that one too, and I just didn't.
You're like, I have lots of no
Yeah,
comment.
I do remember them chanting Rusev Day. I'm like, this isn't good. We're early in the show, and they're already fucking pissed.
Okay, my next note. No Way Jose was the last straw. I can't take WB anymore. It will be lucky if I watch Raw and SmackDown this week at all. No Way Jose, I'm done.
What was the deal with the fucking Elias
that whole
thing?
segment?
Dude, I was like, is there a match that I just don't remember happening? Why is Elias in the ring? What's going on here? And it just seemed like an unnecessary comedy bit. I mean, during SmackDown, during Raw, you got 3 fucking hours to fill. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense to do that on Raw, but this is a fucking pay-per-view.
Not to mention, it's supposed to be a 3-hour pay-per-view. It went to like 11:30. You had an extra half hour that you didn't even need, and this was in it. Why? It didn't even need to be in the show to fill time. It made no sense. Dude, WWE is so bad that the fans would rather see a rapist. They chanted, "We want Enzo" during the cast match.
No, they didn't.
They chanted, "We want Enzo."
What?
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I think that one guy's starting to be a regular. I don't know if you noticed him, the guy who dressed as Enzo in the front row. Is that who he's dressed as? With the fucking... He's got the neon fucking mohawk.
I know you're talking about. Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye out for him.
Yeah.
Do you have any notes about Jesus.
Brian and Big Cass.
Yeah, you have any notes about that or before that?
I have no comment for that, but I think another reason I didn't care about that one is because the feud was just so short. Fucking.
It was booked last minute booking.
Dude, the last I think the feud they've been working on for a week and a half or something, right?
Yeah.
There's not much really for me to go off of there. The match itself wasn't very good.
I was very surprised Brian won. I was not expecting Cass to lose that at all. You picked Brian. I picked Cass.
Yeah,
you got that one right.
I don't know. I think because it's so early in the feud, I think they're gonna stick with this fucking feud. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's over.
It's not. But
I feel like The Miz and Daniel Bryan were both supposed to be on Talking Smack. I feel like they're going with Miz and Daniel Bryan now.
Dude, what's probably going to happen is Miz, Daniel Bryan, Big Cass, and someone else will be worked into a fatal four-way at the next pay-per-view.
Well, maybe those three will be in the Money in the Bank.
Maybe, probably.
Yeah.
I could see all that.
Let's see here. Even though he won, he basically lost. So he got the win, right? Mm. And then Cass beats the shit out of him. He stands there all tall, and they play Cass's music. No, you know what I mean? No one's going to remember that Brian won, so you might as well just lost the match anyway. So here's an interesting thing I have. Did you ever hear about the Conan O'Brien prank on Bill Cosby?
Well, what's this tie into, out of curiosity?
Nothing.
Okay.
So this is great. So when Conan O'Brien, he was 21 or 22. When he was in Harvard, right? He went to Harvard. He organized this fake award presentation to give Bill Cosby a Lifetime Achievement Award that was fake. Mm-hmm. He just got a bowling trophy, right? So he contacts Bill Cosby's agents, and they fly him in for it. And he goes to pick him up at the airport, and his parents own this station wagon they bought from someone, and it had on the side, it had from a hotel, the hotel cars, of the name of the hotel on the side of it. Mm-mm. So we used that to go pick him up, and he drives up in this station wagon that said the Hyde on it or something. And he says Bill Cosby and his two guys get out, and they're just looking behind him for a limo. And they're like, "No, Mr. Cosby, we're right here. We're in here." And he drives them to the fucking place where they're having it, and they get on stage, and he presents them with a bowling trophy and says it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. There's a picture of Bill Cosby accepting it and everything.
That's really
it's the greatest prank ever.
That's what's even funnier is your timing on that story.
Yeah. Well, I was this show sucks. I got to put something funny in here. Because as we were watching the pay-per-view, Tito told me this story. I'm like, this has got to go in because it's made the pay-per-view better and it will make this better.
There was a funny comment that I think it was Dave Meltzer. Someone said they were asked. They were like, "Do you think Okada could make Big Cass if Okada was in a match with Big Cass that could even make it good?" And he's like, "Absolutely not."
Dude, I was listening to Dave Meltzer talk, and he was talking about Big Cass and brought up a good point. He's like, when's the last time that they pushed a big guy, a 7-foot tall guy, and he was great and got over and was a success?
I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, Strowman's a monster. Other than that, no
Umaga.
one. Shut up. Umaga ain't tall.
No, he's kind of short. He's about 6 feet deep.
I like deep stuff in my butt.
He's dead.
Wait, what's this? Okay, cool. Well, I don't know where we're. Oh, I got there. Let me.
Mella and Charlotte.
Okay, yeah. I'm not on. You talk about that. I don't have anything for that.
All right. So that was a match. The only thing that really caught my eye was that leg lock that fucking Carmella put Charlotte in. I don't know, it just looked different from any headlocks that I've seen.
It's a cool submission.
She performed it well. It looked really good.
She was getting a lot of fucking heat for her match and not being good. I was like, I didn't see an issue with her.
No, I
didn't care about the match, but I thought she did fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was amazing. It's not getting 5 stars from Meltzer anytime soon. But
were you the one that showed me that thing about the history of Charlotte and what happened and how basically Asuka had this undisputed streak for 500 days?
That.
And she goes to WrestleMania.
It's so funny.
Charlotte beats her. So Charlotte beats this streak, the biggest streak of all time. Carmella cashes in and beats Charlotte and then beats her again clean. So Carmella is now the greatest woman wrestler of all time.
Asuka lost her fucking streak for no fucking reason. Dude, she hasn't even been on the shows, has she?
She hasn't done anything.
Yeah, she was like in a tag match, and that's about it.
I remember whenever WrestleMania happened, and I was bitching, and you were too. You're like, this is stupid how they had her lose the streak. How they did it was fucking dumb. Everyone was like, well, she had to lose it. It was great the way they did it. Dude, 2 months later, what has happened now? What did they do?
I still don't fucking understand. Like, they could have built off her winning even more.
Yep.
Her having the belt, that could have been the next fucking storyline. Instead, you have some cheap fucking storyline with Carmella.
If anything, have Asuka win the title, stay undefeated until Rousey beats her, because all you do is want to put Rousey over. Fine. I mean, I think it's dumb to do it, but it makes sense to me. Uh-huh. You want to have Rousey be this like badass chick, have her be the one that ends the streak. There's no one more believable than Rousey beating the streak.
How would you feel about Asuka losing dirty to Carmella?
To lose the streak?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it.
If it was taken, because technically, she'd lose the streak, but like it would still like keep her over.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
While creating a feud with Carmella.
I see what you're saying, but for me, I feel like something like the only reason there's no reason to have a streak unless you're gonna break it.
Dude, that's like the ultimate fucking heat. Like Asuka's so fucking pissed because she lost this streak because she got fucking cheated, and that's the storyline that they work off of.
Yeah, but
she got screwed, and that's so much fucking heat at Carmella.
But then it kind of puts an asterisk on the whole end of the streak thing. You know what I mean? Like, she lost the streak, but did she really? It's, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of makes it like fugazi. Like, I feel like a streak should be like the Undertaker's. Like, I don't agree that Lesnar should have been the one that beat it, but I like how he beat him. Like, the biggest streak of all time was Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. Lesnar just beat him clean. Like, I think that's how it should be, because there's no reason to have a streak at all unless you're going to end it. Otherwise, it serves, what's the purpose of it?
Then what? And
if you're going to use it, and if that's the whole point of it is to end it, then you need to, like, have it make someone hardcore when they end it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, if you have the tool of, like, such a fucking, like, cool gimmick, that streak is such a fucking cool gimmick.
But to be clear, I even like what you did better than what they did, because it was dumb.
Dude, anyone could have done something better than that.
Yeah. Just the way they did it was stupid.
You have such a cool gimmick, and it just seemed like such a throwaway, because, I mean, you've told me before, Charlotte does not need to be fucking pushed. She does not need to be helped to get over.
She's made.
She's already made, yeah.
She does not. She does not need that title. So I got really fucking pissed when I saw that Reigns was going to be the main event. The world title should have been the main event, but whatever.
Yeah.
Were you the one?
Dude, that's insanely dumb. Like, when I go back and think about it, it gets me more mad every time.
Did I tell you? Was that you? I told the 3 things that would have made Backlash about 1,000,000 times better.
Yeah,
was it you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say it on here. Like, 1, have the world title go last. 2, don't have a stupid fucking finish. 3, have Joe win.
Yeah.
That would have made this pay-per-view substantially fucking better. And it's also the fact that it didn't have any title changes, so it made it even more boring on top of being shitty as it was.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until after.
Of course, everyone thought the finish for the AJ knock match was fucking stupid.
This
is their second fuck job finish in a row. It's dumb.
To me, I guess comedy is a bad word to use, but like it's just like a fucking 12-year-old wrote. It's like, oh, they kick each other in the nuts and fall over, and that's the end.
Yeah.
It literally sounds like a high school kid wrote it.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Why do I have to watch this fucking music video when I'm already watching the co-brand show?
Oh, yeah.
I legitimately think this is the worst thing WWE has ever done. That video makes me so mad.
The hat on hat.
I'm going to dream so high. Like, your dream is to have a co-brand show. It's so awful. The tag match sucked. Dude, the finish of the tag match was a vertical suplex. Lashley gave him a vertical suplex and won.
I remember. I don't remember any of that fucking match because I was literally.
Were you high?
No, I was so mad at the Nakamura one that I was on my phone seeing what other people had to say about it. I was like, I don't even care about what's going on my TV.
It was bad. It made no sense. The main event, the crowd hated the main event. There were boring chants. Did you read that there were beat the traffic chants? Did you read about that?
I listened for it because you remember you texted me about it, but I didn't hear it.
I did hear it. There was one part where I couldn't tell what they were saying. And then I was like, and then I read that, I was like, that's what they were saying.
We're on the last match now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have anything else that I missed?
No, yeah, I blacked out. I literally blacked out for the fucking match.
Yeah, the crowd hated the main event. It made no sense that dude, this annoyed the fuck out of me. Whenever he had Roman in the fucking finisher, right? His arms went down and he was out. I was like, why didn't the ref just stop the match right now? He was laying there completely out. And the ref just let it happen. And then, like, 10 seconds later... Yeah, I'm like, why didn't he just stop the match? That was so stupid. It made no sense to me.
I've seen a fucking ref call... WWE ref call it a lot fucking quicker
Yeah, because his hand fell and hit the mat and he was out. I'm like, it's over. And I'm like, why isn't there a bell? What's happening?
Yeah.
It was so stupid. They cut to a crowd shot reaction of Reigns winning, and it was just them leaving.
Dude, the very first fucking shot, where your fucking crowd's supposed to be going crazy.
Yeah,
they're reacting, they're good or bad.
They didn't want to do.
They didn't react. They just wanted to leave. That's when you know it's bad. Like you can't even write it off as like the story's working how it's supposed to or anything. They're just bored.
Dude, there were shots of the crowd during the main event of just like half the seats just empty.
Yeah.
Because people had just left. They didn't want to see the main event.
I saw online people were saying it was like even way worse than what fucking the fucking cameras were showing.
Yeah.
One guy said literally his entire block of chairs that he was in was full at the beginning. He was the only person left in there right after the match was over. By the time the end of the match was over.
Oh, it's bad. It was bad.
That's
all I had for that shitty show. You got anything else to add?
No, I was thinking about the WWE in general, and I really know why they don't do it, and I know WWE will never fucking break this, but like I really hate how the WWE's like in their own fucking bubble. It's like they don't exist from the rest of the wrestling world. Like literally every other promotion is able to share talent, acknowledge them because it's only going to help yours in the long run.
It makes no sense.
It's not going to make it worse. People who watch wrestling at this point aren't going to like be like, oh, like. They're not gonna blow off WWE if they're that big of fans.
I've never understood it. It's such a stupid like outdated, just ancient. I'm like I don't understand it makes it like whenever the internet's around, you're treating people like they're retarded. Yeah. Whenever you're like AJ Styles and whatever he accomplished before here, dude. When he was in New Japan, Ring of Honor, TNA, just fucking say it.
Yeah,
it's fucking stupid,
dude.
Speaking of other promotions, so Jim Cornette is super against a lot of the stuff in ROH and New Japan.
Really?
Like some of the new stuff, like you know how he doesn't like Young Bucks and stuff like that.
He doesn't like the flippy shit.
And he doesn't like even more than that. He hates the comedy stuff of throwing in the fake grenade that's not there and bullshit like that. I don't think you've seen a match like that. Or I
don't know what that is.
Yeah, there's a wrestler that I don't know who, or the Joey Ryan dick flip that pisses him off, or stuff like that. He hates it. So I'm thinking about writing him because he also bashes WWE too. I'm thinking about they do 2 shows a week. One is just answering questions the whole show. Mm-hmm. Think about writing a letter and being like, "Look, I want to know what you think is worse, WWE or Ring of Honor New Japan right now because WWE is so bad that I've watched it for like 20 years of my life, and I just left to go to New Japan and Ring of Honor because it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Which do you think is worse? Because they drove me to Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Yeah.
Because it sucks. I'm really curious what he'll say. Thinking about sending it in.
Jim Cornette.
All right, so we're done with that. We're going to take a break so we can save this and not lose it, and then we're going to talk about a really cool movie. Right, Gable? It was a trick. You don't have any notes for it. All right. I kind of welcome back, but not really because we're still here. So here it is. This is why we reviewed 18 Marvel movies in a row.
Yes.
So that we could review Infinity War.
The worst movie
ever. Not. So should we don't really need to give a synopsis, right? Let's just go into this. People know what the fuck it's about. Everyone's seen it.
No, but I do you think we should have a characters list to make sure we get everyone kind of
Yeah, we'll be fine.
I'll just get a picture.
All right, sir.
I'll take the poster.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
So where do we even start with this shit?
I'm starting as beginning as it gets. The 10 in the Marvel Studios logo was cool. It's something dumb, but I thought it was. It was a cool little thing. It said I like that. That was a little thing. Okay, I loved the fucking opening and introduction of Thanos. The opening sequence, how it picked up exactly where Ragnarok left off.
Oh yeah,
fucking loved it. The entire opening sequence. I'm sitting there. I'm like, this is fucking great.
Yeah, dude.
I loved it.
My favorite thing about that fucking thing was the fist to fist fight between Thanos and Hulk.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
Yeah, where he beat the shit out of Hulk.
Dude, like, I don't know, just the choreography of the fucking fight. It was like watching two fucking like. I guess one of them is a Titan, but
he's the Mad Titan.
He's the Mad Titan.
He's mad.
Yeah, seeing like two fucking beasts going at each other like that's crazy. It's almost as cool as watching Roman Reigns fight Brock Lesnar.
Almost. I'm glad you said
almost.
Dude, like just the way they introduced him, he seemed like such a badass. Like in that whole opening scene, dude. I fucking loved it. The death of Heimdall was great. I loved it.
Yeah, dude.
The death of Loki. Fucking loved it. I love that he went out as a good guy.
Dude, that's so crazy.
I love that he went out as a good guy.
That shit was so fucking... Dude, it made me so scared for us to move on. Like, people can die in every fucking scene.
I put right here, I put the death of Heimdall and Loki is great and it set the tone for the movie.
Yeah.
So really,
yeah, dude, yeah.
I kind of wish that they would have... I don't know how they would have done it because I did like the opening. I would have liked to seen something with the Power Stone and him destroying Xandar and how it happened. Like, dude, even like a flashback or something.
I heard them talking about this, not to steal information or theories from another podcast, but I definitely agree with this. I think we'll probably get a Nova movie, and that bases around the Nova Corps that's all on Xandar. And I think we'll see Xandar get destroyed at the beginning of the movie, and then one of the helmets get passed off to... the Centaurian helmets. It's the helmet that Nova wears.
Oh, cool.
Gets passed off to Rich Rider.
Okay, if they do that, then I agree with
it. Yeah, I think we're going to see that scene.
If they don't do it, then I would have liked to see it. I don't agree. I would have liked to have seen it. If they do it eventually, yeah. I wanted to have seen it.
Yeah, I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it in a Nova movie. Dude, the fucking possibilities of all the shit that's coming is so great.
Yeah.
Like because of all the characters that are probably going to be retired after this, or at least like put back in the toy box for a while after this movie.
Yeah.
Or after the next movie, I mean, it like just opens up the possibilities. There's so many more characters coming in. I'm so excited to see what fucking Marvel has to come.
As am I, and I also like coming.
Yeah.
A common theme I noticed throughout this movie, I don't know if you kind of picked up on this. I don't even know if it was done on purpose, but
I wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
Did you poop?
For the next scene.
I'm not on the next scene.
Oh, good.
I still got stuff on. This is like right in the middle because this pertains to Loki's death.
Okay.
3 characters in this movie, and 3 of the stones he gets from someone saving someone else's life. Like Loki, he gets it because he tries to save Thor. Doctor Strange, he gets it because he's trying to save Stark, and then who's the third one? I know there was 3.
Wait, who's trying to save Thor?
Loki, he gave it to him so he wouldn't kill Thor. That's why he gave it to him. He was like, I'm going to kill your brother. And then he gave it to him. Doctor Strange, he gave it to him because he's about to kill Iron Man. What the fuck was the third one? Oh, yeah, Gamora basically gave him the Soul Stone so he wouldn't kill Nebula.
Gamora... Yeah, Gamora, I think might actually even be the Soul Stone.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
I have no idea what the
as I was watching, I was like, it's weird. Like 3 of the stones he just got because he threatened to kill someone they loved, and he gave them to him.
Yeah,
which was interesting.
Very threatening.
I don't know. Like my fear that we discussed before the movie was definitely not addressed. It didn't bother me a whole lot, but it annoyed me that like he has all these stones and he should be overpowered as fuck, and he's like still at points getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's kind of, I just wish that they would have thrown something in there to explain it. Like, just a line or something. Like, maybe once you put them in the glove, then they're not as powerful until they're all combined. Like, just a line like that would be fine.
I mean, if it helps, he kind of seemed like he didn't like killing people the old-fashioned way, and that's why he's doing this, is so that he didn't have to kill people like that.
But dude, he killed everyone on the ship. He put the stone on the ship and killed everyone and trying to kill Thor.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to help.
Just trying to help. Well, if there's an excuse for it, then there's no excuse for it. They just didn't do it.
I was so distracted with all the other shit happening that I couldn't even point that out as an issue.
But I wish they would have, because like I said, beforehand I was like, because like especially at the fight towards the end, where they're all piling on him, about to get the glove off of him. I'm like, he should be destroying them.
So,
I still have more for this scene, but continue.
The radio chatter that we heard at the beginning it mentioned some of them escaping. So I'm guessing that's where like Korg, Meek, and
Valkyrie
are all at. Yeah.
Maybe. Dude, what I find really funny about this is that in Thor Ragnarok, they emphasize how Asgard's not a place, it's a people.
Yeah.
They're like, as long as the people survive, Asgard's alive, and they get on the ship, and he basically kills almost everyone. So, after watching Thor and then immediately watching this, you're like, well, I guess Asgard's dead now. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I wonder how many people escaped.
I know. I'm curious myself.
It didn't say like half of them or anything. It's just very unspecific.
Yeah. So that was interesting. You have anything else for that scene?
Mm-mm.
I love the Stark Pepper scene. I thought it was a great setup for them.
Dude, I love everything about that relationship.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan of it. The New York fight sequence happened for me. It was a surprise for me because like he's in Strange's place and they're talking. He's like, I got to go get Cap, and I'm like, oh cool. And then shit starts happening. I'm like, what the fuck? And then they started that fight sequence in New York. I wasn't expecting it to happen so soon into the movie.
I was kind of able to piece that together. I don't know if you saw the set photo of all of them standing on the street together. It's like as soon as they step out of the Sanctorum, it's all of them standing out front of the building. I just kind of pieced that once I saw all of them in the Sanctorum together. I'm like, that's gonna happen.
See, I didn't notice. That was a cool surprise for me because I was like, holy shit, it's going down already. So I thought that was really cool. The Spidey sense was really cool to see because we didn't see that at all in Homecoming, right?
No.
That was really cool that they showed him using the Spidey sense.
Do we even get, in a way, we kind of even get it later whenever, spoilers, Pete
for
dies.
later in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good stuff. Dude, the humor throughout the movie was great. Very well done.
Yeah, dude, this is a prime example of what the humor to seriousness level in any fucking movie should be.
The ratio, yeah.
Just about any movie. I guess there's other like exceptions like fucking like Deadpool.
Yeah, it was hilarious. There's so many funny parts of the movie. It was really funny. I thought they did a great job making it seem like the culmination of all 18 movies. There's tons of shit where they're just like referencing the other movies. You're like,
it's insane.
I know.
It's insane. It's like a fucking. Do you ever like look at like one of those blankets? It's like. It has a design on it, but
like an AIDS quilt.
But no, it's like the one in Wilson's office. It's like a bunch of like strings together, and you just look at it. You're like, holy fuck! They're all weaving together to make this perfect image, and that's what this movie is.
Dude, like if you've never seen any of them, you can still watch it and definitely enjoy it. But if you watch the other ones, you get way more out of it. You get way more out of it, which is great.
I'd say at the minimal, if you're someone who's never watched any of the Marvel movies before and you wanted to watch this, at least watch the Avenger movies and the Guardians movies.
This, the directing this movie is so funny to me. Like, okay, like Winter Soldier, I'm like, the directing of this movie fucking sucks. Yeah. Civil War, I'm like, it's better, it's pretty good, I don't have many complaints. And Ford Infinity War, I'm like, the directing is perfect now. Like, it's like they were trying to just like slowly appease Dave and make him happier as the movies went by. Like, I had no issues with the directing at all. I loved it.
I thought you were going to say something about the fight in Wakanda, because there are a few times the camera was a little like, a little fugazi, a little shaky.
A little
shaky.
I had no issues.
Okay.
It maybe even to that point I was just so into it I didn't even notice it.
Dude, it's probably exactly what it was, because, dude, everything about this movie is so fucking great.
Almost everything.
Everything. I was able to overlook the issue that you had. I guess we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, there's a few other things too though that are issues that I think that it had. Try to be partial here, Gable. Okay, good. No, wait,
it's fine.
Yeah. I loved how they introduced the Guardians. Dude, it was just like the Guardians movie. Yeah. Like the type of music, the font on the screen, it was perfect.
Dude, as soon as that music queued up, everyone's like, It's time.
Yeah.
There they are.
It was great, and dude, and they did a great job of keeping the Guardians tone in this movie.
Yeah.
Like just the tone of their movie, their humor worked great in the movie. I thought it was hilarious. I love their humor in it. There was a great line in here where I don't know that it was supposed to be funny, more of a nod to the fans. If it's with the Collector, it's not safe. Only an idiot would give him a stone.
Dude, I fucking love that because how many times have like anyone said like why would you give
that?
It to him?
Why would you do that? I mean, it's not like it fixes it because it was so stupid, but they completely acknowledge it was dumb.
Yeah,
which I thought was great. Like that's a perfect, and it's a funny thing too. Where if you go back and watch them now, and they do it, you're like, that was so dumb, and they even say it later. So you're like, at least I get a nice chuckle out of it down the road.
Yeah, dude.
See.
How do you feel about the Vision and Scarlet Witch shit?
The next thing I have is that Elizabeth Olsen is so fucking hot.
Yeah, dude.
I liked it. I have no problem with it.
As I'm watching her, I'm like, she's my favorite Avenger.
She's so hot. I don't know if you noticed this. This is kind of funny. Whenever they're out on the street, her and Vision are sitting there talking, and in the background, there is a little sign that says, "We'll deep fry your kebab." And then, like, 5 seconds later, he gets fucking impaled from behind. I'm like,
really?
That's funny. I was like, I wonder if that was purposely to foreshadow it.
Good
if you've already seen it. But, dude, that shocked the fuck out of me. I was not expecting that to happen when he got impaled. I was like, oh, fuck.
I was so into the scene and, like, their relationship. Dude, their relationship was so fucking well done in this.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely was not... I wasn't even expecting them to have a relationship in this. And then they're just, like, full-out fucking couple, and I care about them.
Yep.
And, dude... Oh, fuck. So great.
Dude, I agree. I loved how they did theirs. Now, this is probably my favorite thing to talk about in this whole movie is, like, Thanos himself. Like, I thought they did such an amazing job with him in regards to him being a villain. Like, I think that... I've heard other people say this, too. The best villains are those that think they're doing the right thing.
Dude.
And they can, like, justify in their mind that they're doing a good thing.
Yeah.
And, like, and if you look at his point of view, it's fucked up, but it makes complete sense.
Dude, if you're able... Dude, listen to this shit. This guy, the villain in this movie, wants to kill half of all of life.
Yeah.
And if you, as a writer or a director, can convince me as an audience member that you're like, makes sense.
It does make sense.
Dude, so if you can convince me that, you're doing an amazing job.
And also, I think another thing... on top of that is, like, he's not your typical just fucking, like, asshole crazy bad guy.
No.
Like, there's scenes that make him seem like he cares about he does care. Not that he does care about Gamora.
Yeah, dude.
There's scenes where he seems like a good guy. So, like, this seemingly good guy is doing this completely fucked up thing and rationalize it. And, like, it makes his character so great. And also, he looks so good in this movie,
dude. The CGI was fucking phenomenal. This entire movie was CGI like very well.
Yeah.
I heard some people in the IMAX say some not great things about the War Machine. I heard it looks like he's just like a floating head on top of a video game character.
Yeah.
That's the only negative thing I heard about the CG. But like, dude, Thanos' face.
Oh my god,
is the pinnacle of CG technology.
The close-ups where Mantis is on his head holding him, close to the end where they're showing close-ups when he's in the slow motion. I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, is this practical? Like, it looks so fucking real. Like, it looked absolutely amazing. And back in regards to his motive, as perfect as I think he was in this movie, and I don't know that even changing it, like. I like his motive in the comic better where he's trying to please death. Yeah. But I don't know that it would have worked better as good in this movie. Yeah. Some of us saying they should have changed it. But I just kind of enjoy the whole, like, the death thing.
And romance.
Yeah, I like that more than, like... But like I said, it might not have played as well if they used that in the movie. Yeah. So I'm not saying they should have, but I just kind of like his motive a little better.
Dude, I like his motive here, like, even more than the death one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very surprised because... Death was even a character that became relevant in Deadpool comics. Yeah. So I was very interested to see what they did with that Death character. And I was completely okay by the end of this movie that they did not use the death character.
Really?
I love Thanos' motive. Dude, I'm going on record as saying that I believe Thanos is the greatest villain I've seen in any at least any superhero movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
Even more so than
Heath Ledger's Joker.
I was like, I'm saying it. He's better than the Joker.
He was.
He's better than Heath Ledger's Joker.
If Josh Brolin dies, he'll win an Emmy for this.
Dude, if Josh Brolin dies, there will be fucking, like, monuments erected for him.
Erection.
Erected.
Dude, he's definitely the best in any Marvel movie so far. I would agree that he's the best in any superhero. He is amazing in this.
Yeah.
And I really and I feel like just because this is a superhero movie, he's not going to get like Darth Vader level props, which he should.
Yeah.
Because he was amazing. But another unbelievably great moment for me in this movie, which I fucking loved, was the Reality Stone reveal on Nowhere, where all that happens and then she kills Thanos and then he just reveals it was all fake.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, because I knew he wasn't really dead, but I was like, what's gonna happen? He's not dead, and I was like, that was so fucking cool. He already has it. He was using the Reality Stone. I fucking love that moment.
I definitely got a pop out of my crowd.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking great. The scene was amazing, but I feel like it would have ended better if Thanos, because you already know how much he loves Gamora. Because as the scene ends, I'm like, well, why did he just leave them like alive? I'm like, that's gonna come back and like haunt him later, whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought something would have been great to solve that and make the scene better was if he had just some line about the only reason I'm leaving your friends alive is because of you or something, like to show even more that he cares about her. I thought it'd been cool to like keep them alive and you know what I mean, further his relationship with her. But it wasn't really a big deal for me. But it was just a little thing. I was super happy the Accords didn't cause any bullshit infighting in the whole movie. I was super worried about that.
Yeah.
Dude, the Accords did nothing at all to hinder the superheroes. There was one scene where fucking what's-his-name, General Butthole, was being a douche.
Yeah.
But then fucking Rhodey's like, fuck you, basically. So I'm like, cool. So that didn't even cause any problems for me, which I loved.
There was a little bit of a division between Cap and Tony still.
A little bit.
It didn't really come into play, but
especially since they were separated almost the entire movie.
Yeah, I mean, character-wise, I guess like.
Were they even have a scene together in this movie?
No.
Yeah, not at all, right?
Together.
It was just a little bit of should I contact him, and he was going to.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's gonna even create a better payoff in the second movie whenever. I'm assuming someone's gonna sacrifice themselves, or they sacrifice themselves together, or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's gonna just be even more payoff because of them blue balling us this time.
This next note I have could be another thing. There's some things in here where watching both movies back to back, it might not be an issue. You know what I mean? Like depending on what they do in the second one, I really like the moment with Banner and Widow, the little moment they had together where they reunited. But I wish there would have been more of it. Because it was such a big deal in Age of Ultron. And then in Thor Ragnarok, they're like, oh man, are they just going to throw this away? But then they had a small moment there. I was like, oh, they're finally back together. I'm like, oh, hey. And they're like, oh, hey, moving on. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they're still teasing it. Like,
I wish they would have done something. But then it could also be something where in the next one, maybe he sacrifices himself for her. You know what I mean? They could do something with it still.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell, but I still feel like they should have done something a little more with it in this one.
I think they're going to move on to a different Hulk character. Like, there was a while where Red Hulk was a little more prominent in the comics than Bruce.
Yeah.
So I think we'll end up seeing a dead Hulk in the next movie as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to kill him, they should do it for him to sacrifice himself for Widow.
I heard Ruffalo wants out anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
No one likes being the Hulk.
Dude, it is a little tasking on some of these characters. The only actor who I believe like will never get like tired of it is like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
But even then, he says it's still taking like a physical toll on him.
Yeah.
So.
This next note doesn't even need to be in here. Basically, I loved all the action scenes. That's obvious. Obviously, they did a great job handling all the characters. There's like 50 zillion fucking characters. It doesn't even seem at any point like it's just crowded.
Dude, no.
It was done so well.
Everyone got the perfect amount of time.
I really enjoyed the reveal when Thanos takes Gamora to the ship of Nebula, where she's kind of blocked and moves and you see her there. I like the reveal of her.
Mm-hmm.
And now coming up is probably the second biggest issue I have with this movie, other than the other one we're going to talk about, which
all right.
No one has been able to defend this to me yet because it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you have Gamora, who is this like extremely insanely logical character for the most part that stays detached and emotionless to most things, and she literally gives Thanos the Soul Stone just to save Nebula, knowing that it could kill half of all life in the universe. It makes no sense to me that she just gave it up to him. Because, like, first of all, there's a chance when he gets it, you're going to die anyway, and so is she, because half of all life can die. And I was waiting for some reason where something would happen where it was going to explain why she did it, and it made no sense to me from a character standpoint that she would just sort of be like, here you go, don't kill her, and just gave it to him.
If they would have written that she knew that, like, he would have to give something that he loved away, and she's just like, there's nothing. If she was like showed that like she knew this in advance, then that would make sense.
Yeah, they would have did that, and they would have had to.
They kind of had that set up too, because whenever he says that, like
she says something.
Yeah, she says that exact thing. You love nothing.
Yeah,
so.
But then also they need to tweak it more, because earlier she's like, "You kill me if he even gets me, because he's gonna find out I know." She doesn't even want to live to even let him know where it is, and then she's just like, "It's there." Like, you know what I mean? Like, that whole thing made, like, they should have tweaked the writing in there to make it make more sense, because it just didn't make sense from her character to me. Like, I don't know. Like, and I was asking, like, Ben and other people are like, yeah, I don't understand why she would do it. It didn't. Yeah. It just didn't make any sense to me. Like, it made her character seem. It was out of character for her. It just seems such a. Like, she's so willing to just give her own life and just do anything because, like, he can't get the fucking stone. And he's just torturing Nebula, and she's like, no, here, take the stone. I'm like, yeah, that was my other big thing I had with it. Let's see.
Well, I guess while they're fucking there, how about the dude? I had a packed house. The crowd fucking popped whenever Red Skull showed up. Dude, everyone went nuts.
Dude, my note is Red Skull fucking tits. I was like, holy shit, this is so great. This is like the biggest the biggest gift to give the Marvel MCU fans you could think of.
Dude, I saw it a week after it came out, so like, I mean, I don't know how big of a fan people are at each point in time. I didn't take a fucking survey, but the crowd I had, like, I can only imagine what opening night on like Thursday night was like whenever fucking Red Skull's face came up. Yeah, dude, people went nuts in my theater, and it wasn't even that.
It was great. Yeah, it was so fucking cool, and it's so cool because when you watch the first one, Tito has been saying for years, like, he's coming back. He thought that fucking the bad guy in Winter Soldier was going to end up being Red Skull, Robert Redford's character. He's like, I think he's going to be Red Skull.
Dude, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, he thought that was going to it didn't happen. He's like, this sucks, like, Red Skull should come back. Dude, and so all this time later, they're just like, oh yeah, here's Red Skull.
Dude, I'm willing to guarantee that was a plan for that movie. That
you think so?
That got well, what? Whenever they were doing Winter Soldier, did they find out at that point that they were directing Infinity War? Because they could have came up with the idea to have him in Infinity War and then change the movie at the last minute.
I would think so. But I feel like if he was going to be Red Skull Winter Soldier, that's a pretty big story thing, you know what I mean? And then in Infinity War, it's like a one-scene thing where it's like, hey, cool, it's Red Skull, moving on, you know what I mean? Like, I know they would change such a big story point for Winter Soldier, just for like, one
small point later on. Unless they have him, I don't know, dude.
He could be doing something in the next one.
Yeah, dude.
And it wasn't the same guy, but it still sounded close enough for me.
Apparently, the guy who fucking who did that does like a lot of impersonations on YouTube. So that's why he was able to mimic it so well.
Because he sounded real good.
I'd be perfectly, like, I wouldn't have known the difference. Like, I'm perfecly okay if they want to use that guy moving forward.
Yeah, so am I.
That worried me because I heard that the original actor has no desire to come back to Marvel.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I never saw it. I couldn't find anything that said why.
You know what's really funny is after the fact I read that I guess the prelude comic or whatever they put out for Infinity War before it came out teased that he was coming back.
Really?
Because they showed the scene from the first Captain America in the comic, and people were like, "Oh," you know what I mean? So I guess that was kind of a little bit of a spoiler. So
I mean, you knew he was going. Yeah, I mean, you knew he was going to come back just based off of how he died in the first one.
Dude, I don't know. I gave up all hope on him. I didn't think he was coming back. I was like, I feel like they would have done it by now.
I don't know.
It's like 12 movies later, and they're like, here he is. It was so great. So fucking great.
Yeah, I guess it would have been kind of dumb to bring him back, like, writing-wise for our Winter Soldier, because, like, how would he have gotten back?
Yeah.
Like, he got beamed up by a fucking Infinity Stone.
Scotty beamed him up.
He didn't just, like fucking, like, type in the code from the inside of the Infinity Stone and be like, okay, let me back now.
Soul Stone returned me. How about the death of Gamora? That was a holy shit moment for me. I was like, oh my god, they fucking killed that bitch.
Dude, I did not think that was going to happen at all.
I enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool. The stuff with the Guardians and Stark was hilarious. Dude, fucking... One of my favorite lines in the movie is fucking Spider-Man. When he's like, oh, I'm Peter Parker. He's like, I'm Spider... He's like, I'm Dr. Strange. He's like, oh, we're using our fake names. I'm sorry. That was really funny.
Dude, when I watched Homecoming, I was mostly sold on him as fucking Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I fucking loved him in this movie. Dude, he is the best fucking Spider-Man I've ever on screen.
He's great,
in my opinion.
He was great. I completely
I
agree.
will stand by that.
I like how this is kind of a vague note, but I like how a lot of the movie is off Earth. I wasn't expecting like so much space stuff. You know what I mean? Like I thought they did a good job of balancing like all the stuff off Earth, all the stuff off like the cutting the different scenes together, dude. Like just thinking, it's gotta be like an editor's nightmare. Like, all right, when should I do this? When should we put this in here? Like a fucking giant puzzle. I thought this is another thing where possibly this could be remedied after you watch the next one. But I felt like there should have been more Hulk in this movie, like at the end.
Yeah.
He was in the end in the trailer. They showed him in the trailer at the end of it.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been really cool if he like turned into Hulk in the armor and busted out of the armor as Hulk.
Oh, that would have been a really fucking cool shot.
That would have been a really cool shot.
I could only imagine it's because there's some sort of plan that's involved with that.
Maybe they're going to do something where Black Widow dies, and it makes that drives him to Hulk up and fight Thanos again or something.
So how about this? Like, because he can't fucking get it up as the Hulk, there's like some sort of fucking serum that they like try to re-induce it because they need it to fucking fight Thanos.
Yeah.
And fucking General Ross.
Yeah.
General Ross. Because he was the one who became Red Hulk in the comics. I mean, or whoever they end up shooting. They could fucking do someone different in this for all we know.
Yeah.
But whoever fucking tries to get their hands on it and becomes Red Hulk and fucking take it from there.
It could happen.
The writer can take it from there.
The writer? You're like, I got you this far, writer. I got you this far.
There you go.
I really enjoyed how Groot was the handle of the hammer. I thought that was really cool.
Dude, that was a really, like...
It's a great moment.
It was a good character moment for him.
Completely agree. One thing that I enjoyed was I thought Groot was going to annoy the fuck out of me in this movie, Teenage Groot.
Yeah.
He didn't at all, though. It's because he didn't really do anything. He really wasn't focused on too much, but I thought that was a great moment. The Wakanda battle was fucking great. It got even better when Thor showed up.
Did Baby Groot annoy you in Guardians too? No. I got worried. It was just the fucking marketing that was doing all of it.
That was the Wakanda battle was great. I really enjoyed it,
dude. My favorite thing. What's your favorite thing about the Wakanda battle?
My favorite thing about the Wakanda battle? Oh, well, the end of it in slow motion.
Okay,
it wasn't really the battle as much anymore.
My favorite thing about the Wakanda battle, and I'm not even kidding. I cried. Because of how much I was enjoying the movie. There were tears of joy coming out of my face whenever fucking Thor comes down through the Bifrost and he's like, "Where's Thanos?"
That was
or whatever.
A great
and
moment.
He's swinging the hammer down, just destroying shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I goosebumps, everything. That fucking scene was perfect.
Yeah, I love that. I put it was even better when Thor. That's a great moment when he showed up.
Dude,
completely agree.
Dude, fucking.
Yeah, it was. That was great.
Fuck.
I was gonna say something else about that battle. Oh yeah, I thought it was funny though that like these aliens are bad guys waited until like halfway through the battle just to dig underneath the thing and go in. I'm like, you should have led with that, guys. I was like, you weren't thinking. Dude, how about whenever Quill puts the bomb on Thanos' back? Boom! And the middle fingers. That was great.
We got an Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Probably not.
That was I read it was a reference to Undisputed Era. Let's move on and not talk about it. It was a reference. Dude, how cool was it that Thanos just threw a fucking moon at them?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah.
He just threw a moon. That was pretty nuts. One thing that I thought was kind of dumb was that Quill is so emotionally retarded, he just like basically ended the universe because he started punching Thanos in the face. I get it, you know what I mean? He's so blinded by pissed offness that it's
dude,
like
Gamora is dead. The love of his life is fucking dead.
Yeah, it's like if you just would have like calmed down though, you could have saved half the universe. Mm-hmm. That was kind of funny.
I really hope that in the next movie we get some sort of if Gamora stays dead, a goodbye. If it's something that will have some big payoff for their relationship.
Let me just say that everyone that died before the snap better fucking stay dead.
I think the only one who won't stay dead is Gamora, if anyone.
It'd be so dumb if they bring her back.
I think she, dude, I don't know, the way she died is just so weird.
I completely agree with you. It wasn't like
that's the only reason I think it's okay is because of how like
it was very like. It's happening, it happened. It's not just like, holy shit.
It's not like she got wrecked. It's like she got turned into a Infinity Stone, it seems like, I guess.
That was...
And I think she is like either in or is the Infinity Stone because that fucking dream sequence or whatever when Thanos uses the glove. So you notice throughout the movie, like everything, like when he uses the Power Stone, it's the color of the Power Stone shit. Dude, the entire fucking background's orange.
Yeah.
So that's the color of the Soul Stone. So I mean, it would make sense that she's somehow in or is part of the Soul Stone.
Like, but here's the thing that like annoys me. Like, if the whole way to get the Soul Stone, the Soul Stone is like incredibly important. I guess it's supposed to seem so important. Like, and it's supposed to. Well, first of all, I was like, I don't get what it does, but whatever. If it's supposed to be so incredibly important that you have to make this huge sacrifice, then what's the point of making the sacrifice if you can just get her back? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you have to make this ultimate sacrifice just to get it, and then she should really stay dead. Because that's what you had to do to get it, and you're not just like, oh, dude, well, you can have her back now.
What if Peter sacrifices himself to, like, trade places for her or something?
Like, if another main character sacrifices himself, I'm probably going to give it a bye. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. Yeah, I'm like, okay. We're still losing the main character.
They have to do something equally as important to get them back.
Exactly.
Dude, what if, okay, so well, there's not really, this isn't like the story itself, but like just the general concept of it. I think the third Guardians could just be about that afterwards. Like, after, like, this is post the part 2.
This is supposed to be years later.
Steven's just left with a fucking Infinity Stone that like could have Gamora in it, and that's like the mission of the third movie is to like see if they can like free or bring back Gamora.
Dude, it's the search for Spock. It's Star Trek 3.
Is it?
They're trying to get Spock back the whole movie.
How'd they get him back?
He got reborn.
Gamora gets reborn.
He just grew up.
Baby Gamora.
He was baby Spock and he grew up.
Peter plants one of Gamora's fingers in a.
Okay, this is getting just strangely weird. I want to fuck baby Gamora. This is getting weird. Let's not talk about that. Dude, I love the moment with Rocket and Bucky. How it was a nod to the first 2 Guardians of Rocket shooting while Groot was holding him in a circle, and it was Bucky this time. That was really cool. Dude, how about I am Groot, I am Steve Rogers.
Dude, that fucking line was hysterical.
I laughed so hard. That was fucking funny.
Oh, the comedy in this was so fun. Like, not only was it like well timed and not like overly forced, but the jokes themselves were like just as fucking good.
Agreed. Totally agree. I like the Hulkbuster coming back because it's a nice nod to Age of Ultron. The Hulkbuster was in it, and it was a cool idea to have Hulk in the Hulkbuster armor. It's a cool little thing.
Yeah.
I loved when I don't even know what this means. Oh yeah, with the Hulkbuster armor, I loved how the Hulkbuster hand locked onto the guy and took off just like it did in Age of Ultron with Hulk.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with Hulk. That was a cool nod to Age of Ultron. It's just another thing where all these other movies, there's so many nods to them, like throughout it.
Dude, this film, just because of all the other, if you look at this film alone, like you just say, yeah, this was a really good movie. But, like, if you look at this movie as, like, part of a bigger fucking picture, then this movie is, like, nothing's above it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Dude, I'm watching this tomorrow before I come to orientation.
Dude,
I'm watching it with Brandon.
I'm probably going to make sure I buy... I don't have the other, like, any of the other Marvel movies in Steelbook, but I think I'll get, like, this movie and then the follow-up Avengers movie in Steelbook. I'm doing fine.
Get over here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you liar.
Get over here.
Scorpion. The bunches of Doctor Stranges was really cool. I love that part where there's just tons of them all around him. It lasted like 10 seconds, but it was still cool. It didn't really do much, but it was pretty cool.
So Steven giving up the stone. How do you feel about that?
I think it's really obvious that he gave it up because that's the one scenario he saw where they win.
Bingo.
I think it was very obvious to me that was why he did it.
Dude, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that the first time, but I was standing in on it and I noticed that, and I was just like, yeah, that was a part of that was a scene that happened.
Does he say like this is the only way or something like that? I can't remember.
He doesn't say this is the only way. No, the line of dialogue is we're in the end game now. I think.
That's what it is. Yeah. I thought it was really obvious. That's why he did it.
And like, if you kind of think about it, it makes sense. Like, why choose to lose the entire war over this battle if you can save some of your players and keep them for the big finish?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've seen the future and you're like, well, I have to do this, you better fucking do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But one thing I thought was kind of dumb was that, and Thanos even says it, you didn't use your greatest weapon that you have. I'm like, why didn't you use a time zone at any point during all these battles?
Dude, that would be the big flaw here.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you have this awesome time zone, and Thanos is specifically like, you're dumb. I'm like, wait, why didn't he use it for anything? You feel like he would have used it. It didn't make much sense.
That I guess that is the only flaw I had with the movie. Then is that the time stone should have been used at any point. But then again, dude, say a fucking nuke goes off, and this is like the biggest nuke ever. It destroys the whole planet, and you see it coming. Well, I guess it's about to go off. It's going to be the biggest nuke ever and destroy the whole planet. And you see the nuke coming, and you can rewind time. What good does it do to rewind time? You can't stop it. Like, all you could do is rewind time. Like, that's it.
Well, yeah, you could have rewound time and grabbed Quill by the head and said, stop fucking punching him, we can win this time.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. He could have done something with
this particular scenario.
The sequence with Thanos fighting Stark and them on the planet, I thought Stark was dying there when he got stabbed.
Dude, when he got stabbed, I started to cry because I accepted his death.
I think they should have killed him there. I think it would have been even more impactful if he died in this one. Mm-hmm. We'll get to this later towards the end, but I even have a note here that I had a note that was obvious that when he gave him the stone, that was why, because he had to. Okay, one of my favorite moments in this entire movie or sequence is the slow motion fighting of Thanos on Earth. The whole him showing up, going through all the Avengers in slow motion and beating their asses, and then getting to Vision, right? And it's so well done.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, the fucking shot of Cap holding him up, holding his hand, and him just screaming as he's holding his hand, and Thanos, and then Thanos just fucking punches him as hard as he can to the ground. That whole sequence is so fucking great. I loved it.
Dude, I fucking love the the shit with Vision where, like she has to kill fucking Vision and how painful that is for her. And then he just undoes it and fucking does it himself.
Well, did you
her having to go through that was all for not because he's fucking psychotic.
Well, what was really funny was when I was watching this, I'm sitting with someone watching it, and he gets up to them and she kills Vision, and I go, he's totally going to use the time stone to go back and get it now. And that's what I say it, and he's like, oh yeah, I guess he will. I thought that was. Did you think that was going to happen too?
Yeah, as soon as he starts walking up, I'm like, I know what's happening.
Yeah, you're like, he's getting it.
That's fine.
But him ripping the stone out of Vision's head was a great fucking moment. Him just fucking turning white or gray or whatever and falling on the ground, and him getting all 6 stones. Great fucking moment. Loved it.
I have a feeling that we're gonna get Vision back in the next movie as a white Vision. There was a white Vision in the comics.
I think Vision is Sting dead.
Well, dude, I think Siri backed him up. I think Shuri? Siri's my phone.
Yeah.
Shuri. I think Shuri backed him up, but so he's going to be there again, but I don't think he's going to be the same. I think he's going to not have the same memories and just kind of be new.
See, I don't want them to do that. Leave them dead.
She definitely did something with him.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind she did something with him.
You think so?
Just how informed she seemed about it when they were talking about it. She's like, why didn't you just do this? And they're just like, Because we didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Which ended up being funny in the moment.
Well, because she didn't finish, right? And he just took off to go.
Yeah. But
I don't know. They could.
I
hope they don't, but they
did.
could. Like, I think I want including him. I want everyone before that to stay dead.
As much as you think you don't want it when it happens in the next movie, I think you're gonna be okay with how they do it because I just have such faith in what they do.
I don't know. We'll see.
Dude, I just have such faith in them.
And no matter what I watch, I'm very, very against people coming back to life that were dead.
Fine.
Very against it. What? Fine, whatever, dick.
I can't argue with that. I mean,
dude, how many times have I bitched about Gotham and I just bring people back from the dead? Dark Knight Rises.
It's not like they're doing it in every fucking movie. Like everyone died, so like if you have this, if someone gains the power to bring back everyone, and they're just like, well, we'll only bring back the people who disappeared. Like, why wouldn't they just bring back everyone? You know what I mean? Like, say Tony got like the fucking gauntlet. Like, it'd be stupid if he only brought back the people who disappeared.
Yeah, but then it makes it like.
I know, I get it makes it impactful. But
well, no, but it's not that it makes it impactful. It makes it meaningless.
No, right.
If you bring them all back from the dead, then none of it mattered. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, killing Vision is so impactful there. If I watch the next one and you bring him back, then I'm like, well, then who cared that he died now?
I'm just saying that it makes it even more stupid if like Tony's presented with the power or whoever's presented with the power, and they only choose to bring back the people who disappeared.
Well, I mean, I think they're going to write it in a way where they only can stop it that way.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be like, I choose not to bring Vision back. That wouldn't make any sense at all. Well, obviously, they're going to write it in a way where I think they can only bring back at that moment.
Yeah,
I think they're only going to be able to stop that moment is what I think is going to happen. Which is what should happen. I think they're just going to make it where they can stop the moment where he snaps his fingers. What I think is going to happen.
Dude, whatever happens, I have total faith in fucking what they've done so far. Like, dude, they've given me no reason to not trust them.
I mean, there was Iron Man 3.
I mean, that was the early days.
That was back in the day.
That was the early days. You got to learn from something.
Yeah. I love whenever Thor puts the axe in his chest, and then he's just like, you should have went for the head, and then he just snaps. The snap of the finger is such a great fucking moment. You're just like, oh my fuck, this is great. This is a little warm in my living room. That is a great moment. For me, it was super great, and like at first, and then like. Okay, here's my problem I have with this ending, okay? So, you obviously know that Spider-Man is not staying dead. Black Panther is not staying dead.
Yeah.
Every Guardian except for Rocket is not staying dead, right?
Yeah.
So as I'm watching this, Bucky I think was the first one to disappear, I'm pretty sure. I'm like, holy fuck, this is crazy. I'm just like, sitting there like, this is fucking nuts. And then at some point, like, I think Black Panther disappears, I'm like, what? I'm like... He just had the most successful movie ever. They're not going to kill him. And it got to the point where when fucking Spider-Man dies, it should have been so impactful. I'm like, it doesn't matter because he's coming back in the next one.
Dude,
it did not affect me. I'm like, dude, he's coming back.
Here's why like it worked for me, and it's all because of fucking one person, Tom Holland. Dude, Tom Holland's acting in that fucking moment for me was really like I was fucking grabbed by that fucking scene just because of how he was begging like for his life. He's like, I don't want to die, Mr. Stark. Please, please, Mr. Stark.
It was great, dude. It was so good.
I heard it was improv too.
Really?
I heard the lines were improv.
Dude, I'm literally sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I want to be crying right now. I'm like, I should be crying right now because he did such an amazing job building that relationship, especially in Homecoming. Dude, they did such a great job. And in this one, and I'm like, I want to cry so bad, but I'm like, he's not really dead. So I'm just like.
Yeah.
It's taking me out. I'm like, he's not dead. Like, I loved the tone of the ending. I fucking love that they did it. It's so Empire. And remember when we were in the water stockroom the one day and you read Cody's tweet?
Yeah.
And you're like, it was a ballsy ending and it said something about the tone or something?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why. You
yeah.
know? And I was like, man, because it's so Empire, like to have such a... I love the tone of it. I love the balls of them to do it. Like, my issue is just like, the people they done it with. Like, if they would have done the exact same ending and did it only to the half of the people that could stay dead, it would have been so much better for me. If you'd have killed off, like, fucking, like, Stark and Cap, and you're like, oh my god, they're fucking... I'm like, this could be legit. You have the choice of bringing him back to the next one or not bringing him back to the next one. You don't know if they're going to or not. But going this route, you already know now that they're going to bring him back.
Yeah, I mean, one could argue, and after further thought, I've changed my way of thinking on this, but one could have, I would have, no longer, one could argue,
no longer.
One could argue that they are building up for the big takeaway, like the big kill off in the second movie.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, after further thinking, I think I would have preferred the big kill offs be in this movie, and then the second movie be putting the new guys over.
Okay, let's listen to my next note here.
Oh,
my perfect ending would have been, first of all, he's not focused on destroying half the universe in the movie. All right, you can he's still okay. My favorite ending would have been him getting all 6 of the stones, right? Fucking leaving Cap, Stark, and all these people just fucking dead, right? And then it fucking ends. He ends the movie killing all these people and fucking winning and having the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And then the next movie is all these fucking new people trying to stop him. I had I'm like, that would have been my perfect ending because it would have had that insane impact that all these people are dead. And you're like, holy fuck, you're not left with this thing where like, oh man, they're just gonna come back to life.
You know the issue with this though is if you put the new people over that they stopped Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet whenever their movie comes around, like the Captain Marvel movie comes around, and you're like, why couldn't she beat that like swarm of like Skrulls again? She stopped Thanos, so like what's her deal now?
Yeah.
Like I guess that could put them too over to the point where there's no threat in further movies. So that's the only issue I could have.
I mean, I feel like they could write something.
They could write it better, yeah.
Yeah, they could write something where it would. But yeah, I definitely, that was where I was like, dude, I wish it would have ended with lots of people dying like that, but people where you're like, holy shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, a great moment would have been, dude, what if you would have had it where fucking Stark died and Spider-Man is the one there watching him die? Yeah. It could have been just as like emotional where you're like, is this fucking dude that's been like his fucking mentor and all this? He's like, no, Mr. Snark, please don't die, please don't die. Like, it would have been so great too. They could have done that. You know what I mean? That's my main problem with this whole movie is the end. The whole Soul Stone thing, I can get past that.
Yeah.
I thought it was dumb, but like, whatever, I can get past it. Dude,
yeah.
Like, this movie for me was a 10 until the ending. Like, I thought it was perfect until I got to the end. And it's just, I don't know. I just thought it would have been. That's the only problem I had with it was that the main problem I had with it was that ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's another one that I mean I guess I'm a little bit of a company man here. It's another one of those things where I just I have so much faith in what they're doing that I'm just I don't know I'm ready for the next chapter. I'm like I accept what's happened.
It's such a cool visual too of them just like fucking blowing away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh fuck dude.
It's so cool. It's like, man. How'd you feel about the only post-credit scene?
It was okay. I mean, yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't like my favorite post-credit scene ever, but it was still good.
I mean, I thought they should have done something that would have taken away from the movie. You know what I mean? So I thought it did what it needed to do. Like, yeah. I love how Thanos is sitting there.
Yeah.
I love how Thanos is sitting there chilling. You're like, dude, fucking won. It's so cool. Like, I like that they ended like that, and even the music is so somber whenever the credits start playing. It's just great, and like, I mean, it makes sense. Like, when people, because I was talking to someone like, well, why the fuck wasn't Captain Marvel there? I'm like, well, Captain Marvel's like out in the universe doing stuff. I think she's probably busy or something. I don't know.
She's got other shit to handle.
Yeah, she's not just on Earth.
Dude, I genuinely, from what I hear, they are taking Marvel in a more cosmic direction, and one of the biggest cosmic events is that fucking Annihilation thing.
Yeah.
Where a villain called Annihilus comes with his swarm of
bees?
I guess insects, insect alien things, and just fucking tries to devour the fucking universe because that expanding space that all of space is expanding into is going into his negative zone, and he don't like that.
This is bullshit, man.
Bullshit.
It's impending on. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's in something on his property lines.
Expanding.
Yeah, it's encroaching. It's encroaching on his property
yes.
lines. I did it. Here's one last thing I have about it that isn't even a complaint. It's just something funny that someone said to me where I was like, "That's kind of funny." Like you're watching this movie and like in these 18 movies. Like, I think in the first Avengers, like, the whole reason Thanos is doing it, Loki did, is to get a stone. At one point, like, he's trying to get a stone from the blue guy, Reagan or whatever his name is. Ronan. So all these movies you're waiting, like he gets all the stones in like a day and a half in this movie. like dude, what the fuck took so long before this? Like, you know what I mean?
He was doing a lot of sitting.
Dude, I was like, he really just should have got his ass out of that fucking throne because he was being really lazy.
Yeah.
As soon as he decides to do it himself, it's on, and he just does it in like a day.
There was a bit of a joke by GALORE on that how she hated him sitting in the chair.
Oh, was there?
I wouldn't say it was a joke, but it kind of referenced it.
Yeah, the poor ass Guardians.
She's like, you're always sitting in that chair. You fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I do remember that. The Asgard's all dead.
Trying to think of anything else we're missing here.
No, I got nothing. Oh, I didn't bring our fucking lists. We gotta rank this. I didn't rank mine.
Just move all mine down.
Is this your number one?
Dude, it's really fucking hard. It's so hard. Because I love the first Guardian so much. Yeah, like I said, I can't... I wanted to give it a 10, but I can't just because there's things I change. Like, if there's anything a movie has where I want to change something, I can't give it a 10. Can't give it a 10. It means it's no longer perfect for me. For me, this movie is, I'm going to say... I'm just going to read mine real quick here. This is going to be... Number 1 is still Guardians for me. Number 2 is The Avengers. Number 3 is Captain America the First Avenger. And number 4 is going to be Avengers Infinity War with 9 Sparkle Dogs. It's reigning supreme from my 9. It's number 4. And then everything else just moves down. We're not reading anymore now. It's a lot. I'll put it at my number 3. Guardians, the first Guardians at number 1. Captain America the First Avenger at number 2. I'm gonna put it Infinity War at number 3 with 10 Sparkle Dogs, but it's only staying at number 3 until after the second one comes out because I want to see how well they work together.
Yeah,
it's a huge fucking factor.
So how do you feel about the lying Russos that they've become to be known as? How they just
they lie?
How they just lie? They were like, yeah, this isn't connected or anything. It's just 2 different movies now, and it's like, fucker, it's completely continued to the next one.
Dude, I think we talked about it. I think there's literally a fucking article that says that they changed the fucking title because it's a spoiler. Yeah, they did. They also initially said they weren't releasing the title of the second one until the first one came out because it would have spoiled the movie. And they recently said we just didn't release the title because we didn't want to take attention away from the first movie. So they completely lied about that. Dude, I don't have an issue with their lying, saying it's not connected. Yeah. Because whatever, you're trying to trick me, and that makes it more impactful when it's continued. That's fine. Instead, they just think it's funny. Dude, the biggest load of bullshit is the fucking writer of the movie saying that article where he was like, the second Infinity War isn't what people think it's going to be. Everyone that died in this movie is staying dead. The sooner you can accept it, the sooner you can grieve. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. They're trying to fuck you. I'm like, Spider-Man and Black Panther are not fucking staying dead. They literally have movies. Yeah, they're signed on for their sequel, so you're not tricking anybody. Like, quit being dumb. Like, don't even comment. You know what I mean? Just don't say anything if you're gonna talk stupid. But yeah, it was a great fucking movie. I'm excited to watch it again tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm gonna see it in IMAX before it leaves. I'm taking my mom to go see it in IMAX. I think this coming Sunday, so that'll be cool. Nice. So I'm excited to see it again. You're going to see it 2 more times? Yeah, I'm going with my cousin and going with my mom. Nice. All right, we're done. We're done. Do we need to go over where the stones are? Because I have no fucking idea where they're at. They're on a broken hand. I don't know. I mean, the stones seem fine, I guess. Was that a thing in the comics where the glove is just going to break when you use it? Do you know? I don't recall that at all. And Thanos lost at the end of the Infinity Gauntlet comic, which seems to be what this is mostly based off is Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah. And then after he lost, that's when he went to this planet where it like had this like nice like farming area. Like it looked like the fucking end of this movie. Yeah. Where he was at. But he didn't go there until after he lost. But he's there and he won. So I'm not really... I mean, all he has to do is go to the door from, like, make me another glove and just move the stones over. Yeah, I mean, the thing about this fucking... maybe they're like the Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball Z, and they just all go separate. Like, after you use it, they all separate and go, like, they scatter. Well, I thought that the stones were still on it. It just looked broke. But I thought he didn't have it when he appeared at that. I don't remember if they showed his hand or not.
I even forgot to look the second
Look
time
for
I
that
saw
tomorrow.
it.
Look for that tomorrow.
I'll have to look for that. Because I was like, does he have it or not? Because when you saw it at the end, it was all fucking busted up and broken, but the Stones were still on it, and then he portaled out.
I really hope... I actually really like the idea of Guardians 3 being about them taking the Soul Stone and trying to bring back Gamora.
Yeah.
I really like that idea.
They'll do it, and you have to get like money for coming up with the idea.
Kevin Feige, give me money!
Listen to him. Give me money too, just because I'm here. All right, we're done.
Oh, I'd share with you, Dave. Don't worry.
Hooray! I know you would. We're all done. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Breakroom BS. And then go to our Facebook, and Instagram is the most important one, and then Twitter and other stuff too. All right, later, guys. See you guys later.
Suck these nuts.
See them.